Welcome back to SportsLine. Great to have Iron Mike Chandler back in studio. MMA fighter, two-time former Bellator lightweight world champion. Hopefully we'll see him fight later on this year. Great to have you back in the studio, man.
Glad to be back.
We're talking about a number of things today. We're talking about your MMA career. We're talking about your training, but we're also talking about your great gym called Training Camp. Show everybody the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirt.
There you go. Nice T-shirt, Training Camp. How long have you guys been open, and what gave you the idea to open a gym like Training Camp?
So we've been open since May 1st, so we're 3.5 months in.
Wow.
It's funny, man. It feels like 3.5 years. You know, if anyone out there has started or opened up a business, it's such a grind. And I mean, obviously May 1st we opened our doors, but man, it's been years since I knew that I was moving to Nashville, since I knew I wanted to open up a multifunctional fitness facility here where people can feel encouraged and feel safe to come in, break down those barriers, break that glass ceiling that so many people put on themselves and really become their best self. So I've had this vision for a long time, and to be honest, when I was 15 years old, I told my dad, I got done with the wrestling practice and I came home and I said, "Hey Dad, someday I want to open up a gym." And my dad, being the manly carpenter he was and is still, he said, "Well, son, if you ever open up a gym, I will build it with my bare hands." And now here we are 17 years later.
Wow.
My dad just got done hammering that last nail, driving that last nail in the gym 3-4 months ago, and it's just been a dream come true. And I've had so many amazing people come into my life because of this gym, from the staff to also just our members, our clients who come in, and you see them the day that they come in, kind of shy, kind of meek, and then of course the next week they're a little bit more confident, a little bit happier, a little bit feel like it's home.
They feel more comfortable.
I want people to feel like they can walk into training camp and it's the best part of their day. It's their family, it's their community, and then you start to see the results, and then they start to see the results, and those results are contagious. And then the next guy next to them is seeing the results that John is having, and then John's seeing the results that Brandon's having, and they're like starting to compete. And I'm like, what did we create? This is amazing, So it's just been really cool.
I mean, what kind of personal pride do you take in that? Because like you said, this has been a dream of yours for a long time.
Yeah, and I think I take it, unfortunately, as an athlete and as a well-abled human being, I take it for granted the fact that I've been an athlete since I was 12 years old. And you're part of organized sports. And my mom and dad fought tooth and nail, worked 2 and 3 jobs to make sure myself and my brothers had every opportunity to go to every wrestling camp, every hockey camp, every baseball summer league, this, that, the other. If I wanted to,
getting up at the crack of dawn, driving you to practice,
exactly,
and all that.
Like if I wanted to be
sacrificing a lot,
a musician or a magician or spin cotton candy, whatever, my parents would have done anything for me. And I feel like I've taken that for granted, a little bit. And then you go into organized sports and you work hard and you're surrounded, but you're constantly surrounded by coaches and training partners, all this kind of stuff. And people who aren't around organized sports are around gyms like that and don't have that fitness community, don't have that fitness culture, don't have that fitness family around them constantly encouraging them. It changes your life when you find something that really works. And I'm not saying training camp is perfect for everybody, but what I am saying is the people that training camp is great for and does work for, it's going to change your lives. And we've already had so many lives changed. Tears have been shed. Like I get goosebumps thinking about it.
No,
so
it's
cool.
A great feeling because in the limited amount of training that I've done, seeing somebody come to you and say, "Hey man, because of you I lost X amount of inches off my waist, I lost so many pounds, thank you, I didn't think I could do it." And that's the biggest thing, right? That's probably the biggest thing you get. I didn't think I could do it.
Oh man.
And then when you take that first step and you go into a place like training camp and say, "All right, it's time for changes. What do I need to do?" And then they finally get going, and like you said, they see results. It's a great feeling for them, but it's also a great feeling for us too as trainers, right?
So awesome, and it's cool to see it get contagious too. And another story, there was Big Rick and Little Rick. They came into training camp, and Big Rick owns his own construction company here. He brought in Little Rick to be part of our wrestling club, and Big Rick sits down, and Little Rick goes and does wrestling practice, and he sits there and he watches. And over there, they're doing a group fitness class at one of our ripped classes, which is a mixture of resistance, interval, plyometric, power, and endurance class. And so he's over here telling Little Rick to work hard, and he now months later he tells me, I felt like a hypocrite because I was telling Little Rick to work hard, yet there was all this work being done over there, and I'm over here sitting on my butt. And now, I kid you not, since May, Rick Rick, in the month of July, did 40 workouts in 30 days by his 41st birthday. His July 31st was his 41st birthday.
Right.
So going from a guy who wasn't working out, who quite frankly was probably downtrodden and dangerously overworked, owning a construction company, to now doing all those workouts, 40 workouts in 30 days, and now caught the fitness bug, and now he's in the best shape of his life. And it just becomes contagious. And now Brandon sees that happening, and now Daryl sees that happening, and all these guys are now competing, and it's just so cool.
We're dudes, man. We're competitive, you know.
But it's such a cool thing, and you build that atmosphere, and the women too, with the Fit Females program, and now we have a lot of female trainers, and we have women doing workouts with personal trainers and seeing even more results. So it's a cool place. You walk into training camp, there's just something. I'm just proud of it, and there's something different about it, and I'm just excited about it.
Yeah, talk about that. What sets training camp apart from other gyms, other training services? What kind of training do you offer? What can potential clients expect when they walk in the door?
Well, I think one of the biggest things about us, and there's numerous things. Number one, it's a mom and pop shop. I am pop, and my wife is mom. You know, and we have a great staff, and so there is no corporate system. There is no, you know, Globo
not the
gym,
corporate box gym.
There's no Globo gym, you know, mothership sending down the workout that we're going to do at every single one.
Walking around.
Exactly.
Saying, we're better than you, and we know it.
Yeah. We're not going to do the same workout at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 8, and then you can only come to one workout. Like I was saying, we got Rick and Daryl and Brandon. These guys coming to 2 and 3 workouts a day, and if they come to the 6 a.m. class, and then they come to the 9:30, or they come to the 12, and then they do the 5:30 hitting hooks, all 3 of those are different workouts, different experiences, and different trainers. So that's something that we offer that's a lot different. And also, being a professional athlete, we have professional athletes coming in and training. I like to say we're not just training, we're training like athletes. So we do a mixture of resistance, interval, plyometric, power, endurance. So I mean, when you think about being happier, healthier, and harder to kill from head to toe, that's what we want to create, you know, and with that builds confidence, with that breaks barriers. And it's we got state-of-the-art brand new equipment from Arsenal Strength. It's all brand new. It got installed in May 1st, and we took off running, as well as 3,000 square foot of the cleanest mats in Nashville for combat sports, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, BJJ, wrestling. So we have a lot. Plus we have a yoga program as well. So we have yoga, we have combat sports, we have fitness, personal training, group fitness. All settled into a 10,000 square foot facility with, you know, 5 showers for the men and 2 showers for the women, and towel service, and kind of high-end amenities.
One-stop shop in there, right?
Try to be. That's why I said, well, everybody.
And that's important these days, right? Because you know, where we are, people want to get in shape, they want to do stuff, but we're in the convenience era. People need to have convenience. They got to know that when I walk in the door, I can, like you said, I can get a good workout, I can get a shower, the facility is clean, the people there are friendly. I mean, we all want comfort and convenience. You know, I'm a little older than you. Back in the day, we used to go to the gym, and there'd be like no air conditioning. It was like your buddy's basement and old rusty weights, and you know, nobody cared if you were comfortable or not.
Exactly.
Okay?
And you can still make gains in those, you know, dirty dungeon gyms, but there's something about the convenience and the cleanliness of what we're doing at training camp, and a lot of people have a jiu-jitsu membership and a boxing membership, and then a fitness membership and a yoga membership, and we're training camp. We're all 4 memberships in one, you know, and quite frankly, you're going to save money by getting a membership at training camp, because we are a one-stop shop. We even have our champions package that will literally give you access to the entire gym, all the fitness, all the group classes, all the combat sports, all the yoga classes, as well as where we are nestled right there across the river, right south of Nissan Stadium. We're right downtown, so if you work downtown, you want to hit that 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. class, you can be showered up downtown by 7, 8 a.m. or right after work.
Sitting at your desk by 8 a.m. And the thing about it is, when you get a workout that early in the morning and then you go to work, by the time you walk in the door, you're already in second gear. I mean, you're that much more alert. You're that much more productive, right? You're that much more just ready for the day.
We don't like to admit that. You know, I think that's one of the things about human beings. We don't like to admit that we know eating healthy will make us live longer. We don't like to admit that knowing that what 99% of the world's billionaires and millionaires wake up before 5 a.m. or whatever that statistic is. Like that's one of the simple truths of life. We don't really like to admit that, because that gives us accountability. We know we should be waking up earlier, but I mean, there's no doubt that if you hit your if you hit the headquarters, your job, or wherever you're going at 8 a.m. and you've already gotten your workout in, you're just sipping your coffee, you're ready to go. You're going to be a lot more productive that day.
Right, the day's going to go faster. You're not going to be watching the clock as much. You're going to be like, okay, what else can I do?
Yeah.
Oh, it's lunchtime already? All right, well, I'm going to, I'll go to lunch, I'll come back, I'll do more. Before you know it, it's quitting time.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot done, and you're going to be that much more productive, that you're going to be that much more valuable to where you work. Yeah. Probably going to get that nice raise, make more money. You see where we're getting at here, folks?
Well, then you're thinking about trying to hit that 6:15 p.m. hitting hooks class. You put in a 2 a day. It's the greatest day of your life. Let's go. Now
what is hitting hooks class?
So hitting hooks is actually one of our most popular classes.
Okay.
HIIT, high intensity interval training,
right,
and hooks. So we actually will take a group of 20 people and we'll wrap them up and put their boxing gloves on. They'll do 30 minutes with one of our boxing trainers, combinations, footwork, drills, bag work, 30 minutes of bag work.
Okay.
Take off those gloves, take off the wraps, put their shoes on, and then go do 30 minutes of high intensity interval training in our fitness area. So really, you're getting the best of both worlds of what training camp offers.
Wow.
A little bit of combat sports, a little bit of fitness, so you can hit the weights, get the cardio, build punching power, build endurance via punching as well. So
now, are these similar to some of the training that you'll do to get ready for a fight?
Yeah, I mean,
by and large.
Yeah, I mean, essentially. So for me, like we talked about, I have to be athletic and have endurance, cardio, and strength, and speed, stamina from head to toe. You know, so all of my training is some kind of dynamic movement, whether I'm lifting something heavy, or I'm throwing around something light, or I'm throwing around something heavy, or I'm jumping, or it's for me, it's always about building strength, keeping that strength, building that plyometrics, and that's what we want to do, along with building punching power, building punching accuracy. I mean, for those of you who have not done boxing workouts, you might think you're in shape until you put the boxing gloves on. You throw punches for 30 seconds, and you realize how hard boxing is, how hard the movements are, and how tired your shoulders get pretty quick. So it's fun.
That's the thing, because every now and then I'll hit the heavy bag. I'll do like 1 minute intervals, about a 15-second rest. And you're thinking, okay, this is easy. And then, man, after about the third round, I'm huffing and puffing, my shoulders are aching, but it's a great workout. A lot of people don't realize just throwing punches, right, is a great cardiovascular workout. It burns calories, it burns fat, you know what I mean? It tones you up real good.
Absolutely, yeah. And obviously with this day and age, with how big boxing and mixed martial arts has gotten, it's really taken combat sports to that mainstream audience, realizing that, just because you want to punch the bag and you want to throw punches doesn't mean I'm an angry guy and I want to go out there and get in fights. If anything, it's the exact opposite. And a lot of the stuff that we've seen too is people walk into training camp and they talk about self-defense. Women want to feel safe. They want to think about self-defense, and men, quite frankly, want to feel more proficient and just tougher and able to defend
yourself if you have
defend
to.
Yourself, defend your wife, defend your children, and it's been something where these things that I haven't necessarily thought of, I didn't put a ton of emphasis on that when I opened this gym, and now I see that. Yeah. And now we continue, once again, it being a mom and pop shop. There's no Globo Gym big owner up there.
Yeah, you don't have
to call
you don't
up
have the corporate fat cat telling you, no, don't do that, do this.
Exactly. It's like, hey, 5 of our members want this at this time. Let's do it. Yeah. Bam. Check mark. Let's go. Green light. And then my amazing staff around me gets it done, and now we got a new class that rolls out, or we have a new time that rolls out, and we're always going to cater to. I always said that I will build it, and then the city will tell us what they want. We wanted to start with a skeleton schedule of what we wanted to get going, but then we're going to continue to ebb and flow and increase and expand.
You have to stay adaptable, right? And like you said, being a mom and pop shop that allows you to do that, it's like, oh, well, I think this will work. Let's try it.
Yeah, well, not just any mom and pops either. I mean, like I said, myself, our head trainer PJ, my wife, we've all been in organized sports, and now myself still competing at the highest level in mixed martial arts, degree after degree after degree in exercise science and human physiology. My wife's a PA. We have a lot of knowledge on our staff when it comes from anybody from head to toe, getting them from the couch to the training camp to the best shape of their life, and that's what we think we can do.
We're talking with two-time former Bellator lightweight world MMA champion Iron Mike Chandler. He's joining us here in studio. We're going to talk more about your gym, and also when we come back, I want to talk to some people out there about what they need to do to start a training routine, because I get that a lot. I'm sure you do as well. So we'll kind of go over that a little bit. We'll talk some training and nutrition, and we'll see what's next for him inside the cage. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.